Welcome back to ATU, All Things Unkept. I'm your host, Austin, and today I'm drawing some weird made-up plants. Something I love to do. I love to make up, things that look plant-like, I suppose, or natural in some way, but I just kind of like going with it, making up my own things, making up my own textures, drawing my own lines. Something else I did today with this drawing is I wanted to really stick to using these lead holders or clutch pencils. These ones are by Staedtler, and they have the accompanying Staedtler leads in them. I really like them because there's no wood of the pencil, so when you're sharpening them, you don't have to worry about inconsistencies in the wood and everything, chopping up the pencil weird. So I always get a super fine sharp point on those if I need to. There's a special sharpener that they use. They're great pencils. I had a lot of fun making this drawing. Took a while. I made it way bigger than I wanted to. The drawing itself, I only should have made it like maybe half this size, but I just kept drawing out that initial framework. But I still got it done. So and I'm really happy with the end result. So I hope you guys are too. Anyways, I've really been enjoying this process. Figured out how to kind of streamline it a little bit better. This should be up soon. I'm actually recording on the day that I am posting this. Only because I've been a little bit busier than I expected to be, because of course I am, because I'm in the middle of planning a wedding and working and trying to do this at the same time. I probably should have waited until after the wedding to start a YouTube channel. But hey, let's just make life as busy as possible. Oh, about that, recently, my fiance got a package in the mail of some stuff we're going to use for the wedding. I'm assuming from somebody else who just previously used that stuff for their wedding, because we were talking about, hey, we need batteries for these fake candles we have, and we're going to need a bunch of them. I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine. Batteries aren't too hard to find, and they're not too expensive these days. But as we were kind of moving stuff around, and that box she had ordered had some packing foam, like the hard white styrofoam in it, and we noticed it was kind of like laying on the bottom of the box weird, so she pulled it out, and beneath it, you wouldn't believe it, but there was like 5 or 6 of these larger fake candles. I mean, they use like real wax, but they'd have no wick, they don't actually burn, and they have like a little LED inside of them. And we're like, well, that's really strange. That must have been an accident, because all of those candles were very like warped and squished and melted. And we're like, well, that kind of sucks. Hope they didn't want those, because they're definitely ruined now. Nobody's going to use them. I was like, well, we should probably just throw them out. But then I realized every single one of those candles had 2 AA batteries in them. So I was like, whoa, hey, that's perfect. So I took them all out, and I tested each one of them, and they're all mostly like fully good to go still. I think they had probably only been used once. So that solved like the better half of our battery problem. I think it was like 10 batteries or something like that. So that was really cool. That was nice to find. If you see that weird black glove thing I'm wearing, that's actually something I've wanted to have for quite a while. I have a really bad problem of constantly resting my palm on the thing I'm drawing, and that often causes lead and everything to get smudged and moved around, and it can really ruin your drawing too, especially if you get darker lead smudged all over somewhere. It can be really hard to erase. I don't know, it's the bane of my existence. So anyways, I got this glove. It's called like a smudge guard or something like that. Typically it's used for digital work, because it keeps you from pressing things and doing things on the screen when you don't want to, but it also works pretty well for drawing like this. I don't know, it probably doesn't work with a lot looser medium like charcoal and stuff like that, especially if I was laying down a lot of stuff with softer pencils. It would probably still smudge a lot, but I didn't really notice much of a problem with any smudging. I also tried really hard to draw this drawing from left to right, just like I would when writing words. That way I'm not smudging anything. I did smudge some stuff a little bit, just with those really light wireframe lines I drew first. But yeah, it's not uncomfortable to wear or anything. It's not obtrusive in any way. There's a word for you, obtrusive. Objectively intrusive. I think that's what that means. I don't know English. It's my first language, but it's pretty broken. Anyways, what I'm just saying is there's people who know their second language better than I know my first one, probably. Anyways, more into this drawing. Man, I just love weird organic shapes. I don't know what you want to call these plants and things. I kind of had the idea of like scar fruit or something, because there's a lot of these like thin kind of almost cuts looking like on these plants. Then they have these weird bulbous mushroom-like part there, kind of between the base of the bottom of the flower fruit thing and those top weird spiky looking parts. I don't know what this flower would be. I like to kind of like to imagine this thing probably took a while to grow, and then maybe that top pointy part is probably kind of hard, almost like a bone or something. Maybe I think that would be really cool. I don't know if I conveyed that well in this drawing. I didn't really think about it that far ahead in the beginning, like all of my drawings. I'm just happy this one turned out so well, to be honest. I was worried about how much work this was going to be, but I just went for it. I put my head down and just kept grinding away. This drawing took me about give or take half an hour. Probably took about 10 hours to do this across 2 days. Hey, so that's pretty solid, 5 hours of work. That's a little bit less than part-time work. So I'm happy with about that much time. I don't know. I might start making longer videos if I do longer drawings. I don't know. I don't want to make the videos so long that nobody watches, right? Especially since I only have a few videos on this channel. And speaking of videos on this channel, I actually kind of want to do a bit of a unboxing / review of a bunch of pencils that I just ordered recently from a company called Jet Pens. They are probably the best place to find for pencils, believe it or not. I think they mainly probably do most of their business dealing with fountain pens. Fountain pens are a whole nother subject and topic. I might do some reviews of those in the future. But they have a surprisingly fantastic selection of fine writing pencils, art pencils, mechanical, lots of types of lead that you could be looking for, basically. And I wanted to go through and get a lot of what I've heard of as being some of the better writing and art pencils. I won't tell you what those are here. You'll have to wait for that video. But that should be fun, because then hopefully I can do live recording of audio and video at the same time, show those off. Definitely want to test them out, probably in the same video, and probably do some videos on some of those products in the future. But for now, there's probably going to be another drawing video up next after this one. I don't think those pencils are arriving to me anytime soon. I think it's going to be another week and a half, so that'll be a little bit later in the month. But I think it's something I can totally do. Would be a lot of fun. As you can see, I have super consistent lighting now. Thank you, Amazon, for those super cheap lights that I found and was able to set up in a pinch. I got everything recorded in the right frame rate this time, and in the right 1080p, glorious 1080p, so my computer can actually handle it, and I can actually edit in a reasonable amount of time. In fact, I did all of the editing for this video last night, because guess what? My computer can actually handle 1080p files. And recording audio will just go easier, because I can talk about the things I'm seeing and learning right in front of me in real time, instead of making up stuff to talk about like I am right now while watching this video before me, just as you are right now. Isn't that weird? I'm actually just recording this before going to work this morning. I wasn't able to do it the day before, and I want to get these videos out on some kind of consistent schedule. I totally know that I'm probably not going to be able to keep to that, just because with how my work schedule and everything fluctuates. But for now, hey, I'm glad this video is out. Yeah, just enjoying the process. Hopefully in the future, I'm gonna do more weird plant stuff like that. I don't know. It really is kind of my favorite thing to mess with, is weird organic shapes. The last thing I drew was organized, a little more planned out. I don't know, had more symmetry, whereas this is kind of organic, like plants, like flowers would be. That's my favorite part of nature and drawing those kind of things. Is it's a little bit harder to mess up because you can just do kind of whatever. A lot of these plants and I don't know, stems, I suppose, that are kind of going different ways. I don't know. I just kind of saw, oh, is there an empty space there? How do I fill it? Kind of like almost designing your own bouquet of flowers, for instance, or just how flowers and plants grow in general. Towards the sun, they just kind of fill up any available space. Isn't that interesting? There's actually a form of erosion, of eroding rocks that's considered bio or ecological erosion, where a plant simply finds a crack in a rock and its root starts to grow down there because maybe water or something is collecting down there. And then over time, over years and years and years of a plant trying to grow its root down there, it'll eventually start breaking that rock apart and spreading that crack wider and wider, and who knows, causing all kinds of mayhem in the future. And I just think that's really cool. Plants are pretty awesome. Yeah, anyways, check it out. There's the drawing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think we're just about out of here. Yep, there's the music. All right, everybody, subscribe, like, comment if you wish, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.